好的，大家好，我是秀康。那么在上一集我们发现，原来男爵的妻子跟女儿似乎并不只是单纯的离家出走，然后他好像还有另外隐瞒了一些事情，所以我们在回来路上暴打了他一顿，暴打男爵一顿，超爽的。然后我们现在就是要问男爵到底发生什么事情了，然后看这一次我们到底能不能把这个男爵这个事件给完结。这个事件真的超级长的，我的天啊！好，废话不多说，那就让我们开始游戏吧。旁边人还在赌，看谁会获胜。
We need to talk.
真的用拳头好好谈一下。而且这样为什么不要当初直接把那个男爵打爆，然后说把那个 Siri 的下落给说出来？
Sit down. You beat them.
I never laid a finger on Tamara. Not once.
And on Anna?
That's another story. She always knew how to spark my ire.
请问这个从未打过女儿，真的
Expect me to believe you were a loving father to Tamara after that scene in the courtyard?
You're free to believe whatever you wish, but she was always the apple of my eye. She had the run of the place, ask anyone. She'd ride the horses, hunt with the men, at times join them on their rounds. And they'd send for her when I flew into a rage, for only she could calm me.
那安娜呢？为什么
Make it sound like she led a charmed life. If that's the case, why'd she run?
I'd hardly need you if I knew.
安娜她如果惹你生气
Your wife. How'd she make you angry? Too much salt in the soup? Socks never darned?
20 years we've known each other. She's seen me drunk and sober. She was there to greet me when I returned the victor. She was there to patch me up in defeat.
所以
Like no other, she knew where to press, where to pinch, so it would hurt.
You beat her? For that? For criticizing you?
Oh, Witcher, you haven't a clue, have you? Well, perhaps I shall tell you about it one day. One day, but not today.
好吧，
You
算
knew
了。
they had run away from the start.
Yes, I knew.
Why didn't you tell me?
浪
Wasted
费
my
我时间
time.。
Say I had. Say I'd said I had troubles. Couldn't control my wife,
现
my
在看起来真的
daughter.
还挺那个。
What
还挺
kind
有
of
用
flaccid prick would you take me for?
他们怎么逃走？发生什么事？
Tell me everything you remember about the day they fled. The truth this time.
I'd been soaking myself 3 days straight. Anna came to me, said they were leaving. I begged them to stay. She refused to hear it. I tried to stop her. She wriggled like an eel. We struggled. She fell. Last blasted thing I remember. Woke up in the morn, breeches heavy with my own piss. A large bump on my head. Sadly, they were gone. Know what that's like, Witcher? No. How the fuck could you? I was left with nothing. Nothing! Only the bottle.
那他妈的当时在场吗？
Tamara present for all this? She see you quarrel?
Through the doorway, perhaps. She didn't enter the room. Shame, too. Things might have turned out differently. The sight of her always calmed me.
打斗痕迹怎么回事？
Signs of a fight in the room.
都是因为
Hole in
你
the wall, wine all over the landing. Was that you?
We tussled. She tried to whack me on the noggin with a candlestick, but kept missing.
他们不是在一起20年吗？但是怎么会这样呢？感觉应该是因为这个男爵喝酒。
Spilled the wine, slipped and tumbled. Anna used that moment to flee. She rushed down the stairs, still clutching that damn candlestick. I caught her on the landing. We fell. I thought I had her. Then she turned and smacked me in the head. I blacked out. Don't know what happened next. When I came to, I was alone.
中间感觉好像是有所隐瞒，缺了一些。因为他这样子，说20年，然后怎么突然就变成这种情况呢？他刚才没有讲得明白，他只说兽魔猎人什么都不懂。不知道他不是说一开始是在生活在一起20多年，然后感觉那20多年间没有怎么样，但是好像他们两个开始起冲突是最近的事情，然后那个原因好像并没有特别说明，还是其实就是他喝醉酒后乱发疯啊。
Next, it only got worse. I awoke at sunset, not knowing how many days had passed. Thought it was all a ploughing, drunken nightmare. And then I went to the bedchamber, and Anna was not there. Instead, there was blood everywhere. I knew she'd miscarried. My breath short, my throat locked. I neared the bed and saw it. It lay there, a tiny thing, defenseless, on bloodied sheets, dead. And it was my doing.
所以看到没有，听到没有，各位如果你在看这个影片的话，这就是要提醒你啊，不要把自己喝到烂醉，醉到就是那个什么，醉到开始发疯啊，这就会伤害到你身旁的人啊。有时候这些伤害到，然后还伤害的就是无可挽回的话，就是这真的就是很无奈啊，就是一个很悲伤的事情。
Seen a lot of dead in my time, but that must have been hard.
Unspeakably so. My legs gave out. I saw fields of corpses at Sodden. Saw witches burn in Maribor. But compared to this, all that was a rabbit's prick alongside a great oak. And the guilt is all mine.
We don't know that yet. The amulet Anna wore could be linked somehow. Maybe the fact that she lost it. What did you do with the child?
Wrapped it in a clean sheet and buried it.
Just like that?
Damn you! I gave no thought to a funeral. It was a horror. I wanted it to end. That child had been my dream. I told Anna, the little one, our little one, to make things right. Yet she died before she could be born. Understand, Witcher? My child was dead.
好吧，看来就是说醉酒，然后发疯，然后就造成了流产。所以再说一次啊，千万要喝酒，喝酒可以，但是要适当喝啊，不要把自己喝到就是乱发疯，到处打人，结果就做下了那种不可挽回的事情啊。然后就是事后就会像这个男爵一样后悔，而且就会是他每天应该都是承受那个心理煎熬这样子，可能在夜深人静的时候就会在那边哭吧。振作一点。
Get hold of yourself. Men like you, when they break down, look downright pathetic.
You're a heartless bastard.
Mutations worked then. But here's the good news. Your dead child might help us find the one who's still alive. And your wife.
What? How?
Sometimes miscarried fetuses, if they don't get a proper burial, turn into botchlings.
Into fucking what?
我来解释。
A cursed creature that draws strength from killing pregnant women. Once it's strong enough, it attacks those who scorned it.
But how? How does it know?
Blood ties. They're a strong bond. A bond I want to use to find your family.
How?
One of two ways. Legends claim you can bury a botchling under the family's threshold, perform a ritual, and turn it into a lubberkin. That's a sort of, hob, a guardian spirit that could lead me to your family.
And the other way?
We kill it and draw some blood. Take that to the Peller and he does the rest.
Do not kill my child. It's suffered enough already. Lift the curse that it may finally rest in peace.
Still not sure what to do.
Whatever you decide, we must put an end to my child's suffering.
Whatever we do, we gotta find the botchling first.
I'll show you where I buried her, and I'll dig the grave at my threshold.
If it turns out we can't transform the botchling into a lubberkin, they can bury us in it. Handy either way.
开始吧。
The sooner we resolve this, the better. Best do it tonight at midnight.
Then wait here with me. Near midnight, I'll take you to where I buried her.
Get word to the common folk. Let us stay in their homes tonight and draw a line of salt outside their doors. And try to sober up.
Do I take a shovel to dig up the grave?
Take it. You'll need it, but not for that.
A bit further. Follow me.
Chose a lovely spot.
Damn it, will you relent? I'm ploughing now I've done wrong.
Good. The grave's dug up and empty.
What's that mean?
Botchling's on the prowl.
Look!
把声音变成加10摇声了。
So quick.
And if it goes Garrity, it'll bite us in the arse before we know it.
Keep screaming and it will turn rabid. It's calm for now.
Bloody hell. What happens when it gets very restless?
It'll bite through your jugular, and you'll bleed to death before I can help. Tell me if it starts wriggling. I'll calm it with magic. Pick it up. Take it in your arms.
快点，他是你的小孩。
Merciful gods!
Back to the fortress.
What? With this?
As I recall, you were the one who wanted to test the old legends. Change it into a lubberkin.
Oh, fuck.
虽然说是他的孩子啊，但是可以理解说，他现在那个满口力呀、这样子，确实是不会想让人靠近，真的是怕，所以就把自己的脖子给咬断之类的。
Specters. Botchling's scent attracted them.
Do something! Take me! It's writhing something fierce!
冷静下来。
Quiet now. But what are do you want to do with it?
Me? Nothing. This is your job. Told you, gotta bury it under the threshold. If the tales are true, by tomorrow it'll be a lubberkin. From then on, it'll watch over your house and help me find your family. More coming. Need to hurry.
On with it.
幸好这等级不高。吃屎小砍我！
Squirming again, like a daft eel. Worked. It stopped.
Chosen a name?
等一下哦，他说好像哦没事，按
So
错。
think of one. It's important.
It's a girl. What would Anna have named her?
What now? Repeat after me. By the powers of earth and sky.
By the powers of earth and sky.
By the world that was to be your home.
By the world that was to be your home.
Forgive me, you who came, but who I did not embrace.
Forgive me. You who came, but who I did not embrace.
I name thee, say her name, and embrace thee as my daughter.
I name thee Daya,
诶，
and embrace thee as my daughter.
Good. Now bury the body.
What now?
In 1 day's time, Dea should turn into a lubberkin. I'll stay here and wait. You go home.
I'll wait with you.
Out of the question.
But that's my child. The guilt, the responsibility for all this lies with me.
Time for parental impulses? It's long past. Besides, nothing else you can do here.
But
No buts. Just Witcher's work left to do here. Gotta wait a day and a night for the botchling to turn into a lubberkin. That's it. Go home. And try not to drink yourself stupid again.
在石林埋葬的地方召唤加时妖精，坐下来等待。
By blood's power I summon you. With your name I beseech you. Hear my call and arise, Dea. Lead me to those bound to you by blood.
这么近。
Sure wasn't lavender they kept in there.
值得一探。
Might be worth looking around, though. Horseshoe. No way a pitch burner could afford a horse. A bracelet. One of them must have dropped it.
可是吊怎么会掉在这个地方呢？这是什么？
Clothing. They change in here. Both were here and going the right way.
所以，但是他还去
Wants
哪
to
里
show
了？
me something more.
有。到底要去哪里？马。
Necrophages had a field day. Here with a closer look. Should examine that horse carcass.
所以可能跑跑的时候出了什么意外吗？我靠，
What do we have here?
骨头呢？
Bones have been here a while.
马鞍，
Chewed on the saddle.
这年头实时生物
Necrophages
什
will
么
eat
都吃，
anything these days.
实时生物也过得很辛苦啊。
Giant claws. Wasn't a necrophage made these marks.
所以是
Horseshoes missing. Is this the animal that lost one in the smokehouse? Head torn clear off. Takes incredible strength. Must have been attacked by a powerful beast. Surprised him. Hope they got away. Trail goes on.
又继续走，
Good thing it doesn't end here.
可是
A fisherman's hut. Seems she wants me to take a closer look.
怎么都是小孩子？
Who's that? The room. Go on now.
What you seek here, sir? Our hut's out of the way. Woeful. We has nothing. We knows nothing.
Just need information. Looking for two women, the Bloody Baron's wife and daughter.
Not a soul have been here, sir.
Sure? Not even passing through? Daughter's medium height, about 20. Her mother's thin, about 40. Seen them?
That sir came at night, right, Mummy? Quiet, boy.
那天晚上女人怎么了？
Where'd the girl go? Your son said enough. No point in playing dumb anymore.
Sorry, sir, but you don't look like one of our father's men.
Because I'm not. I'm looking for Tamara and her mother. I need to know if they're alive and safe.
Tamara is high. She's to my brother's place in Oxenford. But Mrs. Anna... not
怎么了
her type.
安娜夫人怎么
Though anywhere's better than to crow's perch with a baron.
Why?
Cause he beat her, sir. beat Mrs. Anna, I mean. Everyone knew, but not a one lifted a finger for to stop it.
那他的妻子在哪里
What happened to Tamara's mother?
'Twere like this. I was awaiting in the old smokehouse with horses. Cold as hell and so dark, couldn't see past 2 ells in front of you. Moon had risen high, and still they hadn't come. Began to fear some demon had snatched them. But finally, they
这个
came
时代
forth
在晚上
and set
在外
off
面行走
towards
是
the
很危
river.
险的事情。
Suddenly, out of nowhere, a gale arose. Thought it'd tear my head off. And those damn birds, swarms of them coursing over the woods, raising a racket to make your ears bleed. Mrs. Anna screamed, bent over into herself. Tamara knelt down, gripped her arms. 'Twere then I saw it. Fiery marks on her hands.
这是什么？那替我描述那些伤痕的样子。
What marks?
These, well, like burned on with hot iron. On the palms, inside.
Burned? Like a cattle brand?
Aye, though these wasn't black scars
怎么
scabbed
回事
over.
呢？
They's hot and glowing, as if they burned with raw fire.
那后来呢？
Fine. What happened next?
Grew even darker. Seemed someone had put out the stars. Crickets all went silent of a sudden, and then, from the woods, a roar. Broke out in a cold sweat, and before I could catch my breath, a
谷仓一样
beast
大，这么
jumped
大
out of the woods,
两
big
只
as a
眼睛
barn with
头
horns,
该不会是龙
two
吧？
burning coals for eyes. I thought I was done for. Beast attacked Mrs. Anna's horse, ripped its head off, carried her off into the woods. Our horses, mine and Miss Tamara's, got spooked and tore off willy-nilly. 'Twere the only reason we escaped. The miss wanted to go back for her mother, but my wife pleaded, said she'd die out there alone. Miss Tamara agreed not to go.
那你为什么要帮助他们呢？
Why help them at all? You risked a lot.
I'd a debt. Owed Miss Tamara. 3 moons passed, a fever gripped my boy. We thought he was done for. Tamara learnt it. Brought food and salves. We're poorer than dirt itself. She saved my boy. No 2 ways about it. Me, myself, I'd have never dared to help. But my missus told me a time of war and contempt's come. A time of folk gone wrong. We needs to repay good with good. Who stands by idly does evil as if.
Married a wise woman.
Wise woman，
Crying shame we couldn't save Mrs. Anna in the end.
好多谢你的协助。可是我还是很在意那个烧伤的事情到底是怎么回
The
事。
lady. She'll be all right in the end, won't she?
I'll do what I can to see that she is. So here our paths diverge. Thank you, Dea. Go in peace.
把家人的消息告诉男爵。的时候，
Baron gets soused. He gets
好了，来跟男爵说一下他的那个家人的消息。那边昨天去的地方算了，之后再去好了。现在先讲一下比较重要。打听一下，看他们有没有听到昨天的声音什么的。好像没有。
Remember me?
Stable hand pulled you out of the fire.
We'll never forget that. Here, I'm grateful.
耶，20块钱。哎，对了， 看一下刚才那个，应该是画质应该是最高的吧？看一下好了。有时候不知道为什么，有时候它就会那个无法变成最高。哎，不对，这样子。OK， 应该是最高的画质了。好 ，Go Go Go， 跟男爵讲这件事情吧。
Witcher, a word, please.
又怎么了 ？What's wrong?
What is it?
What is it?
That night when the Baron ordered everyone to lock their doors, stay inside. What did you
这
and
人
the
感觉
Baron
干嘛跟我
do?
打听这个？
Gotta ask the Baron about that. Speaking of which, know where he is?
Garden. Spends a lot of time sitting there of late.
Drunk.
No. Don't drink, don't eat. Just sits.
这个人干嘛向我打听？他还在吗？
There you are.
See the hollyhock there? The violet blooms. Brought the plants here from Nazaire.
Nazaire?
Anna had read some story. Insisted on having them. Spent hours tending to them, trimming, pruning. She was so content at that. And them, the frilly ones, called birds of paradise in Zerrikania.
在瑟瑞卡尼亚被称作天堂鸟，不过他马来叫他们天堂龙。
She adored them. Damn shame I'll never learn which blooms would please Daya most. Though it's good to know her spirit's free. 直接跟他说好了啦。
Got some information about your family.
You've learned something? Well, let's go inside. It's a bit chilly out. Any news for me?
Your daughter's in Oxenfurt.
What the blazes? She all right? In good health? Safe? Why haven't you brought her back?
Never offered to do that.
How do you know she's safe? You see her at least?
No, but I talked to the man who helped her escape and then took her in. Tamara is safe and sound. From what I gathered, she has no desire to see you again, no intention to return.
这样跟他讲，真的是他的神情就会难过。
I shan't trust whoever it is helped her. I need to know for certain she's safe. Go to her. You must be sure. See her yourself. I shan't believe anyone else.
他这样说也是可以理解啦，因为你自己想，他虽然是一个那个什么，可能是在家庭里面他不是一个合格的父亲，会打自己老婆嘛，但是他毕竟他还是很爱自己的那个女儿的，然后经过了跟那个受魔演员就跟我们主角一起经历一些事情，自然就只信任我们主角嘛，不然你突然就蹦出来一个说曾经帮助他并保护过他这样子，应该是一般人都不会相信吧，对吧？所以难道就要我去啦？
That much I can do.
I'm grateful. Take this. Call it enticement.
良民通行证。
This might prove useful.
What is it?
A letter of safe conduct. Ever since the Redanians took hold of the Pontard Delta, they made it damned hard to get to Novigrad without one. Very well. You were to
Yeah,
find them
50
both.
块。
What of Anna? Learned anything?
Nothing yet, but I'm on her trail.
Well, what are you waiting for?
For you to tell me about Ciri, like we agreed.
Fine. A word once given. When Ciri was on the
好
main,
吧，
we
至
took
少
her out on a
至少
hunt.
他还是守信用
A
的
bit，of galloping would warm up her limbs gone stiff from so much bed rest.
所以又要操控犀利了嘛 ？Siri，
That lass of yours, pure luck in the flesh. To hunt down a wild boar that size, why, worthy of one of King Foltest's feasts, where he's still among the living. Ciri, come! Our haunt should be yours as I see it.
Hi, you're done well, lass.
Not bad. Not bad at all. But who goes boar hunting with a sword?
No bow at hand, no spear. My sword was all I had.
是不是该给我一把武器了？
Well, you brandished it beautifully. Where'd they teach you that, anyway?
凯尔莫罕学的，一路上学到的。要说哪一个啊？算了，师承哪里当然要正大光明讲出来。
Witcher school there, aye. But they only took lads as I recall.
我是例外，我不是兽魔猎人。我确实不算是啦。
I'm not a witcher. Just grew up there.
I believe it, seeing how you swing that sword. Know any of them potions?
Not so much. A bit.
Because you see, at times I get this pinching back here.
Shut it, Egrin. Nobody cares about your backside. A woman could swing a sword. I've knowed one. But never seen a lady mount anything but a cock proper. All tipsy on horseback. Nothing strange on account they bloody mount them sideways.
Perhaps you'd care to wager?
Think you can outrun me on an horse? Naturally. What's the stake?
Black mare. The one in the stable.
在游戏那个时代，就是要怎么说？毕竟它的设定还算是比较就偏向这中古世纪吧，比较像是中古世纪那种时代啦，所以应该女性跟男性的地位那时候还是就是不平等啦。以现代的角度来看是不平等的。怕了吗？
What happened? You get the jitters?
欺负南下。
So why not?
The horse is mine.
To race the Baron himself. I'd consider it an honor.
Oh, that'd be a sight to behold.
Would it ever?
Done. But if I win, I take your sword.
Agreed.
I'd not drink any more this night.
啊，你输了嘞，
Your head
你怎么
about
不
you.
讲？
We start at daybreak.
fuck， 所以你输了就没有任何东西，可恶，这太不公平了吧？威伦北泰莫利亚。
The day dawns.
Of
Ready?
course.
As ever, first one to the tower.
First one to the tower.
Hands up! Come on, silly, don't you embarrass us!
Want that horse, don't ya?
Had one just like it.
Kick it.
fuck， 把你甩在后面啦！凭你想要赢我 ？bullshit！ 拉开距离了，看到没有？碎啦！拍谁啦？我是最强的。
You're wind, not woman. Worthy of the best horse. The mare is yours.
Thank you.
What?
马匹紧张不安，有什么东西？我靠！
Another chance to win.
然后嘞 ，fuck， 所以回忆就到这边，再来嘞。
She screamed like a mad woman. In an instant, all had forgotten the wager. Every man ran to save his skin, even were it to break his neck.
And they make it?
Some, aye. Others were not so fortunate.
那接下来发生什么事了？赶快说。
What happened then? I must say, Witcher, seen a lot, but nothing like this. Never.
Uh-oh. I know that look.
You're a fast learner. You'll know the
Shit.
rest once you find
就是
what
互相那个互
Working
相
on it.
and making piss poor progress.
They split up. Hadn't considered that possibility before. But don't worry. I'll find Anna too.
好，所以靠，所以接下来就要那个 shit， 可恶，这么小气。
Can't help wondering why you made a deal with the Nilfgaardians.
What could I do? Cast myself at them and die a hero? Fuck a hero's death. Fuck death.
Rather live as a traitor.
Ere long, none will remember it. Temeria is no more. There's naught left to betray.
The local Nilfgaardian garrison doesn't look that strong.
What of it? Even were I to attack, cut them down to a man, others will come soon. Black ones will flood this land, take control before long. Sure as we've all got our souls, they will.
那你怎么在这？
How do you wind up here? Just curious.
It's no secret.
他本来是泰莫利亚军人。
soldier. My unit smashed at the war's start. Soon after, we lost
过不久，所以泰莫利亚的军队等于是被很短时间就被那个尼夫卡给击退。
Others, deserters or merely broken men, joined us. We were a snowball rolling down a slope. By the time we reached Crow's Perch, I commanded a sizable force.
Just march into the fortress, make yourselves at home?
With Nilfgaard advancing, the local lord had fled, abandoned the Perch. Once this war's over and Nilfgaard's victorious, the Black Ones will grant me a title. All talk of a self-proclaimed baron will cease.
那巫婆的消息
Heard anything about there being witches in Velen?
，witch
I pay no heed to peasant babbling. Common folk see witches, wizardry, devils, and who knows what the fuck else every which way they turn.
好吧，你这样说有点道理，因为确实很多都是这样。
So long.
So long。好啦，那我们这一次就还是先玩到这边。结果这一次还是没有，就是看完男爵的故事。看来我们本来打算分上下集的，现在变成要上中下了。哎呀！不过至少现在我们的进度就是说，终于知道他们男爵的妻子跟女儿跑哪里去了。就是他女儿应该，要怎么说呢？女儿安全啦，女儿安全，然后妻子的话好像被某个怪物拖到森林里去啦。我们接下来的目标就是，当然我们不能只凭一个陌生人说就行嘛，所以我们当然还是要亲眼去确认，就是他的女儿怎么样了。对啊，是不是真的就是在那个地方过得好好的？然后他的妻子现在又是什么情况呢？就是在下一集的时候会一并就是男爵的故事应该吧，我也不确定，应该就要结束了吧？天哪，这真是有够长的。不过是还蛮吸引我的，就是会想要继续探究下去，说想要知道男爵的故事究竟最后结果是怎么了，就这个故事到底结果怎么样？好了，那我们这一次的游戏就先进行到这边。然后，如果你喜欢这部影片的话，就请你按赞或是订阅。那如果你有任何话想要对我说的话，就是有任何建议啊，或是你有任何想要对我说的话，都可以留言哦，都欢迎你留言。那我们就下次见啦，拜拜。